There is no better way to start your day than with a cup of coffee while you are watching your favorite breakfast show, Smell the Coffee, with your two favorite darlings, hostess with the mostest, Aina Raisa Koya, and Diana, the princess master. Hey, girl.
Diana, the princess national treasure master. I'm great, baby. How are you?
I'm fantastic. You know, yesterday we spoke about Nepo babies.
Yes.
Today we are continuing that conversation. But before we get into that, because that's part of like our top stories, our new segment, I just wanted to find out from you, what age is appropriate for your teenager to go Instagram official or social media official?
Whew.
Yeah.
Okay, that's tricky. Okay, speaking from a parent's perspective, I'm one of those parents that doesn't really care too much about, like, I care about what she's watching or what she's doing. So I guess if she says she wants to have an Instagram now, because she's, 7, I'd be like, okay. But I would be monitoring everything that she's posting, everything that she's doing, right? Of which it makes it a little, a little more difficult. So I would say maybe waiting until they're in high school, maybe 14, when they can actually read and understand what is happening. Because right now, she can accidentally post something. That time she accidentally posts me naked.
She could see anything, because you're not going to be there 24/7 when she's on her phone.
Exactly.
So she can just go on the app at any time and see whatever pops up. I think that's very dangerous. The reason why I'm asking is the fact that Mason Disick, the oldest Kardashian grandchild, has now made his Instagram debut. He's 14 years old and he is now on social media. He has a verified Instagram account, and his parents and grandparents were just celebrating, and they were like, oh my gosh, we cannot believe that Mason is now on social media. Wow. He's a teenager, and yeah, take it from there.
I mean, 14 I think is fine because he can read, he can understand. But I was watching this other clip on Instagram that said that you should, the minute you give your kids a device, already you should tell them, okay, if you see naked people, if you see this, bring it to me. And then already you block that content or whatever it is. Like you're saying, you're not going to be there 24/7.
Yeah.
This is why I like YouTube Kids, but for some reason, YouTube Kids is not available in Namibia. So yeah, but YouTube Kids, you actually set your child's age, and then it gives you content for that age restriction. Yes. So yeah, I guess if Instagram has like a kiddies version, I guess that'd be great.
They do not have Instagram Kids.
Because you know, I've seen, but if they could come out with one, I guess then that would be great. Because I've seen some OnlyFans content on Instagram. Not because I subscribed to it, but just on your explore page, on the reels when you're scrolling.
Even on Twitter, you can see, some very explicit content.
And Twitter doesn't even, at least Instagram still has some kind of flagging, where it's like you can't be fully, like you have to.
It says sensitive posts. And then it blurs it out.
And also, Instagram still doesn't allow you to post like really, really, really explicit content. Because I think there was a picture of Cardi B where she had too much cleavage out, and Instagram already flagged that. They removed it because they said it deemed offensive and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. Whereas Twitter doesn't care.
At least we still have some guidelines.
Yeah,
At least we still have some guidelines in our society. But I think as parents, if you are raising a teenager or even just a child, I think you need to have the conversation about social media and online security. You need to talk about cyberbullying. You need to talk about just hate speech, how your child can not be part of the problem and also actually not be a menace in society, but behave appropriately, because it's not only about your child, it's a two-way street. So the child or the teenager must also, protect other users on social media.
And I like that you brought that up, that so that your child doesn't become a menace to society. I read an article yesterday about this one basketball player who was in his hometown, and a 14-year-old pulled up to him with an AK-47. Yes, and he was like, the only thing that saved him was that the kid recognized him as the basketball player from their hood.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Social media, the disadvantages, advantages, we can talk about it the whole day. It's funny because I'm actually doing a research paper on that. But anyway, we'll now be taking a quick ad break and getting into our top stories when we come back.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhom.com.na.
And now getting into our top stories. Yesterday we're talking about Kim Kardashian's daughter. Today we're talking about Kim Kardashian herself.
Wow.
Rumor has it she has been banned from buying a Ferrari. Yes. Now, is it true? Well, let's find out. Kim Kardashian labels herself as a car girl. She does have a garage that looks like a car show, a few Rolls Royce, Lamborghinis, Maybachs, a Bentley Continental, and now even a Tesla Cybertruck are just a few of the models she owns and constantly drives herself. She admitted that she enjoys driving and would totally dislike being chauffeured around with such a fleet of luxury and sports cars. Who can blame her? But her relationship with Ferrari seems to have been a little tense for over a decade. The last time she was seen driving a Ferrari was in 2012, and it wasn't one that she had bought herself. It was a 458 Italia that she allegedly received from a Malaysian businessman. Rumor has it that Joe Takelow, a businessman suspected of fraud and corruption who was invited to Kim and Chris's 2011 wedding, originally offered her a carriage with a horse, and she asked, what would I do with a carriage in Los Angeles? So she asked for a white Ferrari instead. Now, according to a Bloomberg report, she was subsequently questioned by the U.S. authorities in relation to the One Malaysia Development BHG scandal in which J-Lo was also involved. The FBI documents were released after they were submitted to U.S. prosecutors. There's no information about what became of Kim's Ferrari, but one thing is for sure, it is not in her possession anymore. Her name, however, showed up on an unofficial blacklist containing names of people that the Maranello-based brand reportedly banned from ever buying a new Ferrari. Names like Justin Bieber, 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather were also there. We all know that Justin Bieber modified his Ferrari and then auctioned it off, and this is something that Ferrari does not like.
What? So they can't buy Ferraris because what? Because they sell them or
No. With Kim, it was an issue of because it was a fraud case, so Ferrari can't attach itself
to fraud.
To fraud.
Where did Kim find the money? Or she didn't have the money?
No.
How was it fraud?
No, because the guy that gifted it to her was accused of fraud. So they were saying that probably that car was bought using the money that the guy got from the fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Bieber, because...
Now, why didn't they just ban the guy? Why are you banning Kim? I got it as a gift. What?
Yeah, but you're in a way associated.
But I didn't know that you might have stolen it.
Yeah, but still, you should have known.
How?
You should have just known.
Yo, Ferrari,
50 Cent,
get over yourself.
50 Cent, it was because apparently, this is all allegedly, like I said, it's an unofficial blacklist.
Yeah.
50 Cent, it was because one time he posted that his car battery died or whatever and he was getting towed and he was like, I'm so tired of this car, whatnot. And the Ferrari was like, I bet, shoo. Justin Bieber modified his Ferrari without their permission.
Mm-hmm. But
like,
it's his, Mons.
No, but they're like, no, but it's our brand.
No, but
now,
I bought it from you with my money, cash. We're done. I gave you the money. Mm-hmm. You gave me the Ferrari. So whatever I do with the Ferrari in my full time,
it's up to me.
It's up to me.
And apparently they can also ban you from selling it, hey?
That's wild.
It's crazy.
So can I ban them from using my money to buy other car parts?
I guess. You can sue them or something.
Like, it's just not make sure. Ferrari, like, get over yourself.
Ferrari is the girl she thinks she
No,
is.
get over yourself. Like, you're doing too much in this lifetime. It's all unnecessary. If we buy stuff from you, let us do as we please with the stuff. It's like me gifting you a bag
And you're
then
like, you can't take it where you
Chummy, you
do
can't go
this
to
with
the
that.
club with this bag, or you can't carry it with this outfit. Like, what? It's just unnecessary. But nonetheless, moving over to something that is necessary for pop culture lovers like myself, I'm so excited. Nepo Babies score a reality show. Well, a group of young entertainers who are offsprings of famous Mzansi personalities have been cast in a new reality show on Showmax. The cast include Fila Dalingozi, son of Ringo, Shamiso Mosaka, daughter of Azania Mosaka, Robbie Jr., son of Robbie Malinga, Owami Mafokate, daughter of Arthur Mafokate, Tank, son of DJ Tira. Now, the show is called Born into Fame, and it premieres on Showmax in June 2024.
It's crazy because a few weeks ago you're like, Chummy, my shows are done on Showmax. What do I
now
watch now?
I have something to watch.
Showmax is like, I'd say less.
Showmax, that's Shamiso, daughter of Azania. Do you know Azania? Azania Mosaka. She's a television host, very famous auntie. She was on, what is that talk radio? I think it's, I can't remember. Not
Wait,
947.
so these are grown people?
Yeah, these are.
I thought like we're talking Northwest ages.
No. These are people like 25, 27, 28.
Oh, okay.
Shamiso is our age, like 28,
okay.
27.
Show me, I'm 16. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, yeah, Shamiso is in that age.
I
they're
thought
adults.
these are the parents, actually.
No. These are the stars.
These are the kids.
These are the people who are born into fame. I'm excited to watch because I think it was Robbie. I think Robbie Jr. went to go blow his inheritance from his famous parents. He was one of those, I blew it.
He's just like me for real.
So I'm excited to see, like, he's just a personality.
He's just like
he's
me
a
for
character.
real. I feel you.
So I'm excited to see how, he came up after blowing his inheritance. Does he have more? Is he struggling now?
Money, it will always come back.
Did he get a job? I'm just excited. Shamiso is very famous in her own right. Also, she is on MTV Base. She's a TV presenter. She's on that show News-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of News-ish.
Shamiso is a star of News-ish. She's also on, I forgot the other show, but she's like famous.
Okay, well, you'll be giving us the review.
I
Once
will
you start
give you
watching
the
it, we will be waiting because, I watch these shows vicariously through you. So I'll be there like, you will never believe what Shamiso did. Chami, what did Shamiso do?
And I'm a Showmax girl.
You're such a Showmax girl.
I love Showmax.
You are such a Showmax
I
girl.
sleep on Showmax.
You sleep, eat, breathe Showmax. But anyway, that does bring us to the end of our top stories. Now tomorrow, the National Art Gallery of Namibia has a very, very special event. They are hosting, or rather exhibiting, the art of Nikki Murray, and we actually got to sit down and have a chat with her for tomorrow's exhibition. Have a look.
Fine arts and finding yourself is the conversation for today, and we dissect bearings, the latest artwork by Nikki Murray, who will be showcasing her beautiful pieces at the National Art Gallery. How are you doing this morning?
Great. Thank you very much for having me.
You are welcome. Thank you very much for joining us on Smell the Coffee. Now, we understand that you've been doing art for quite some time now. Walk us through your journey, where it all started, and how long you've been in the industry.
Okay, so I grew up in a household full of art. My mother was an artist. She was quite a well-known Namibian artist. She worked a lot doing paintings of the natural history of Namibia, the birds, the plants, and the geology of Namibia, which was exciting place to grow up.
Nice.
Yeah, so I feel like I've been involved in the arts since before I was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this week you are exhibiting your new work. Tell us about it, how long it took you to create it, how long it took you to create the finished pieces rather, and what is the process of creating? What do you do? Do you just wake up and splash some paint around? What do you do?
I wish it was that much fun. But that is actually quite a lot of what I do.
Yeah.
So I moved recently to a small town in the south of Namibia called Aranyamont, and I moved my studio down there, and it's a very freeing place. And for many years I was teaching at the College of the Arts. I was the head of the Department of Visual Arts there, and it was an incredibly busy and quite stressful job sometimes, because working with a lot of different students all the time, and they were fantastic, but everyone is very needy as an art student. So I think that, when I retired, it was COVID, and I just felt like I needed a complete break away from Windhoek, away from my really busy life here. And I moved to Aranyamont, and it's been a very, very freeing experience.
Yeah.
Aranyamont is one of the few small towns in Namibia where art is really supported. We've been able to open a small art centre in Aranyamont.
Wow.
I'm actually partially working for an organisation called Omdus, which has a project called Art Can Transform.
Okay.
So it's really nice to be working with people that really believe in the arts. And I think that myself, moving my studio there, being able to paint in the incredible freedom of a small town that is very safe, very supportive and very beautiful. I live on the edge of the desert. I look out over the beautiful sand dunes every day.
That's beautiful.
It's so lovely.
I've been to Aranyamont sometime, and I've had the privilege of, living there, and I can really attest to the fact that that community is very supportive. Let's talk about Bearings. Bearings is the title of your exhibition. Break down that title for us. Why that name?
Okay, so, leaving a town that you've lived in for nearly 40 years is quite difficult.
Yeah.
So I felt like when I moved to my new town, I had to find my bearings. I had to find out, I had to position myself in a new way. I had to find out who I was, actually, because I'd never actually lived in a different town for so many years and away from all my people.
Yeah.
So on those my walks into the desert, I found these trig beacons. They're those black beacons that you see on top of mountains or top of little hills, and they are how surveyors position places. They do everything from those beacons.
Okay.
So every single road or border or boundary or house or building in Namibia is positioned exactly using those beacons. And so I love those beacons. They're kind of very symbolic and very significant for me, as well as being a beautiful shape. And I've used that shape a lot in the exhibition. My work is very abstract, very colourful, and you'll see that beacon, that trig beacon, in most of the work.
Okay.
So it's kind of, and bearings just seemed to me such a nice title, because you have to find your bearings.
Yes.
And also, when you put your paintings on a wall to exhibit them, you're also bearing yourself.
Fantastic. Okay, so in essence, the exhibition is about finding yourself. Why is it so important that we as a people are intentional on our finding ourselves journey, if I can put it like that?
I think the only way I can answer that is to say that everybody has a creative spirit.
Yeah.
There's nobody on earth who doesn't. And those of us who are lucky enough to be able to express ourselves creatively, you just find enormous satisfaction in doing that. And you kind of find your place in the world. And I love, as a teacher, I used to teach history of art, and to position yourself on that long line of artists that came before us. Right from very early people chipping out rocks and painting on the rocks, and all the way through all the art phases until we are now. It's a wonderful feeling to be part of that long, long history of human creativity.
Speaking of feelings, talk to us about the ambience that you're creating, or that you hope that the National Art Gallery has the day of the show. When I walk into the gallery, what should I feel? What do you want me to feel?
I would love you to be excited by the work.
Okay.
I would love you to, because I was really excited when I made a lot of these works. They're so new for me. They really are. I mean, people that see them say, "Wow, you've really, you've really been expressing your newfound delight in where you are," and that's what I would like the people to feel when they walk in there.
Okay, you spoke about your work being so abstract, and you use a lot of color. Why do you use these techniques in your creating process?
That's a really interesting question, because I always wonder how much control we actually have over what we do, because art comes from inside you.
Yeah.
So painting in an abstract way is very freeing. You're not bound to a subject matter, you're bound to the elements of the art. So you're bound to the color and the shape and the line and the tone. And it's almost like you set yourself a puzzle with every painting that you start.
Yeah.
Because you're not starting painting a portrait or a landscape or a still life, you're just painting shapes and forms and colors. But the painting still has to hold together. It still has to have integrity inside it, even if it doesn't have a subject matter.
Yeah.
So when I used to talk to the students about abstract art, I used to say, think about a piece of music that doesn't have words. It still has
that's a
feeling
nice
in
one.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then where can we get hold of your artwork should we want to buy it after the exhibition? And also, is it up for sale at the exhibition, or do we just come and view and admire?
Well, come and view and admire, but it is for sale. I'm represented in Namibia by Start Art Gallery.
Okay.
They have a website and they're a lot on social media. So they're my gallery. As an artist, I'm represented by them. And they take care of all the admin of my work, which is wonderful. And I'm also represented by a gallery in Johannesburg called Guns and Rain.
Okay.
So through both those websites or those, you can find them on Google.
All right. Nikki, thank you very much for joining us on Smell the Coffee. We will see you at the exhibition on Thursday, and we hope to come and find ourselves through your artwork.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. We will be right back. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, I extend a warm welcome to all of you to the Ordinary Council meeting of April 2024. Please allow me to reflect on the following matters. 1. Strategic and Budget Review Workshop. Last week, we concluded our annual strategic and budget review cycle, where we evaluated the progress to date and challenges encountered in the implementation of our strategic plan 2022-2027 for the period of 2023-2024. We also deliberated on our budget priorities for the 2024-2025 financial year with commence on 1st July 2024. During the workshop, Council members prioritized the following key items for the 2024-2025 budget: markets, high mass lights for constituency, per constituency, upgrading of bus stops, paving of streets, land delivery and affordable housing, basic services, for example, sanitation, water and electrification projects. Other priorities including the development of new soccer fields, youth and social development programs, renovating the Greenwell Matango Library, SME development programs, preserving the old council chamber as a heritage site, and consideration to use the Ramatex space as a uniform factory. While our performance evaluation indicates that we are on course, the challenges underscore the need for continuous improvement in organization capacity, which includes work study, productivity, audit, and economic development strategies. The nature of our operating environment is dynamic. In recognizing that, we also identify strategic risk and devised mitigating strategies for the upcoming years. The alignment between our strategic plan and the budget is crucial to fulfill our service delivery mandate. That said, I want to stress the necessity for the innovative approaches and stakeholders' engagement for long-term sustainability.
Well, that does bring us to the end of the show, but before we say goodbye, do remember the third season of On the Rocks Inland Journey of Discovery concluded with the presenters of the Namibian tourism promoting show visiting the exquisite 4-star facility Little Forest Garden Retreat Guest House. You can catch that today at 1:30 p.m. on NTV. From Diana Master and Anna Razaquea, we'll see you again tomorrow.